So today we're here at the Big Thicket National Preserve in the Turkey Creek unit, hiking along the Kirby Nature Trail. This area boasts one of the most diverse forests in the entire country. There are two primary reasons for that. One, this area has the most diverse assemblage of soils of anywhere in the country. And being in the southeastern part of Texas, close to the Gulf of Mexico, you get 55 inches of rain per year here. And so those two things together have created this incredibly biologically diverse region. And so today I'm going to try to show off some of the beautiful trees that you see here and hopefully some other things. And so in my opinion, this is the most beautiful forest in the state. I highly recommend to head off to the east to see this incredible area. If you're familiar with the South, you know that the southern magnolia is one of the most popular trees in this region. Typically when you see it in someone's yard, it's say 40 or 50 feet tall and takes on a bushy appearance. Well, this very large tall tree right in front of you is a southern magnolia. It looks nothing like what you're used to seeing. I would say this thing is probably close to 100 feet tall. Incredible. This just goes to show that when conditions are just right, trees can get much taller than we're used to seeing in our front yards. So this is one of the examples of the many very, very tall trees that you'll see in this park. Not particularly impressive in terms of trunk size, but when you look up, this is a giant that reaches over 100 feet into the sky. Incredible. And so because this forest is so dense, these trees by necessity have to grow very tall and skinny just to reach for the sun. So at this point you can branch off of the Kirby Nature Trail and hike the Turkey Creek Trail to the north. And so you'll go across this bridge and it roughly parallels Turkey Creek. I highly recommend doing at least a mile of this because some of the most beautiful forest lies along this section of trail in the park. So there's a look at Turkey Creek, the main artery through this area. So there are great views of wetlands as you hike north along the Turkey Creek Trail, as you see here. This is also a great backpacking trail. If you get a permit at the visitor center, you can hike and camp along this. And I think it runs the full length of the Turkey Creek unit north to south. So there isn't a tremendous amount of topographic relief in this park, but even at 10 to 15 foot change in elevation, you get into a different geologic layer, a different soil type, and then you see a complete change in the composition of the forest. So as you hike north along the Turkey Creek Trail, you'll come to this bridge. The sign says it's closed, but it does appear that people are walking across anyway, so I'll leave that to your discretion. Wow, beautiful bald cypress trees right here. It is a gorgeous tree trunk. So we're here along the Pitcher Plant Trail, and there are thousands of them all along the trail here. And so the inside of these tube-like structures is a very slippery surface. And so the insects get inside there and they slide right down, and then the plant digests it. You can see there's a little spider in this one. He's probably hanging out there waiting for one of those insects to come along so he can digest it himself. Okay, so I finally found the elusive sundew plant. These things are tiny, probably slightly bigger than a quarter. And you see the reddish outline down there. So I'm going to try to get as close as I can. Finally found one of these things. This is another common carnivorous plant here at Big Thicket. Here's a couple of more sundew plants, and I can actually see tiny little bugs stuck in one of them. If you look right down there, get stuck in the goo that coats the outside of the plant. Beautiful. And so you look for this subtle red spots as you walk through here on the Pitcher Plant Trail. I'm pretty excited about finally identifying one of those successfully. Been out here a couple of times and had never seen one. So here's another cluster of sundew plants, a little more out in the open, so you can see them better. So you see a few in there. There's a couple right there. You may be able to make out these tiny little droplets on the outside. That's the sticky stuff. Isn't nature beautiful? This is actually one of the largest that I've seen back here. So when you see an area like this, you realize that conditions have to be just right in order for these plants to be able to grow and thrive here, because just 100 meters the other direction, not a single pitcher plant. And so you need just the right soil, moisture, shade, or sun in order for plants to be able to thrive, because it's a competition out here. And some plants are more adaptable to certain environments than others. So about a mile south of the Pitcher Plant Trail along the Turkey Creek Trail is this gigantic oak tree. This thing looks well over 100 feet tall, massive trunk. As you can see, it dwarfs the other trees around it. It is huge. So once you finish exploring the Big Thicket, you know you're going to be hungry. So be sure to stop off here in the community of Warren for some great barbecue. You'll be glad you did.